Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. It is on and popping, y'all. Hey, so look here. We got a good one for you today. We're going to try and jump right into these things as soon as possible so we can get y'all going for the day, right? Today, the topic is choose your character. Choose your character. That sounds like something off the video game. But it's a part of real life, and sometimes I correlate video games and real life and stuff like that, right? But that's what I want to. That's what I want to get into today. So, grind rising, everybody. For those who are still in the morning time, it is on and popping. What are you going to choose when you go about your day? Who are you going to choose as you go about your day? So I like to look at my life like there's a selection of characters, right? There's like I got the hero right here, and it's like I want to be him today. I got the basketball Kev today, or no. I got the sulky, lay in my bed all day and be depressed. Bing, let's do that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But that's the way we get these selections in the morning, right? Is like as soon as you wake up, it's like boom, turn on the game, right? You turn on the game and now it's like, okay, choose your character. Who do you want to be? And what's important is selecting the character that you want to be over and over and over and over again, over and over and over and over again, to sometimes it will get very seemingly mundane, right? It's like, dang, I got to be this character again. Even when you love something, like my most prime example is basketball. Even and I know basketball players go through this. Even sometimes when they really freaking love it, right? There are days where they're gonna be like, dude, this is like, come on, man. You know, um, that's important to know and to understand because it's not a super extra pristine perfect running system all the time. Your life, right? It's not. And it's not going to be that. We do the best we can each and every day and in each and every moment. At least that's what we want to strive for. It's always doing the best we can. Um What's up, y'all? What's up? Grand Rising, Crazy Legs, Chris, Zach, what's popping, man? Um, yeah, every day though, every day we got to choose a character, y'all, every single day. And so it's like, what is that about? Right? What is that about? What character are you choosing? Why are you choosing that character? Now, I'm not saying you have to choose particular characters that other people are choosing, right? Like you don't have to choose, oh yeah, I'm going to be the hero today, or you don't have to choose those things, but you want to identify, okay, what character are you in this world? Right? Are people telling you, "Oh, you're such a great blah blah blah," or "Man, you seem down a lot," you know? That's the character that you're being in the world, and you really want to pay attention to that because this is your life experience. This is your living existence. And I always say, make it a good show, man. When you go back into your archives, and for us that post to Facebook or Instagram, you get the memories that come up and all of that stuff. It's like when you look back on that, you want to be like, man, I put on a good show, right? Or I enjoy watching all of this. I would hate for somebody, including myself, I would hate for it to be like you look back and you're like, dang, dude, like, oh, that was terrible, or oh, that was bad, and that was bad, and oh yeah, I remember that. That was bad. It's like, no, 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 let's not do that. And we have a great measure of control over that, over our lives. It's the character you choose when you wake up. And yes, is it going to be difficult at times to push that positive energy sometimes when you really don't feel like it, or to push to go work out when you really don't feel like it, or to push to motivate and inspire when sometimes you're not feeling it. Yes, it's gonna be difficult every time. It's difficult just to sometimes do normal everyday tasks, laundry, making the bed, just basic stuff sometimes, y'all. So you're always gonna have to choose a character every single day, and it's more beneficial for you to do that as opposed to just letting the day run you. Right? Because if you let the day run you, then you really throwing the random out there. You like, yep, random character selection, let's go. And sometimes you might not like what comes about, right? You might not appreciate the character that ends up coming out. You, it's better to choose that character and at least know that you were directing traffic at that point in time. This is who I'm being today. This is who I'm being in my life right now. And instead of, having regrets or whatever the case may be, it's like sometimes even when you choose your character, you can have some regrets of how you conducted yourself. But at the end of the day, you're taking more control of your behavior, of your direction, and all of that plays a part in your mood and how your life actually goes, y'all. Right? And so that's really, 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 really important. So think about that. Do you choose your character? Do you choose your character? Does that even matter to you? Is that something that you're even worried about? Is it something you're thinking about, or you're like, what is this about? What kind of topic is that? Like, nah, choosing a character every day, that's more work. Like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just haphazardly fall into something, right? But we all have this experience, right? We all have this experience before us. And so what would be better for you? And that's really what it's about. What would be better for you? Is it better for you to just, okay, as soon as I wake up, okay, what's coming? What's happening? What am I gonna be today? I don't know. I'm gonna react to whatever I see. Oh, the news comes on. It's very terrible. Oh no, now I'm mad. Or, my sports team lost. Oh no, now I'm upset at everybody. Or, hey, the market's down. Oh God, now I'm gonna be pissed, right? It's like, don't react to that stuff. Don't react to it, respond to it. Respond to it. And again, that all comes from dictating what character you want to be. That's what that comes from. That's how it's going to really, really define the way your life is going to go. So if you're tired of being thrown around like that, of oh, this is happening, and then oh, the stuff in the new Kyrie Irving, and oh, anti-Semitism, and all of this stuff. If you want to be thrown around like that and have your emotions pulled on, and you're tugged in this direction and you're tugged in this direction, it's like, no, and you're the argumentative and the oh, and this and that, then okay, okay, that's fine. I'm a particular type of person where I want to choose, yo, this is how I want to be. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to choose today. And I will really truly believe that when you do that, you feel more fulfilled because you're taking more control of what you're doing and what's happening to you. Right? So I could see that stuff and just be like, I don't mess around with that. I can see all of the election stuff coming up, and it's like, oh, I don't play with that. And it's like it doesn't register. We have so many different things that we got to make decisions on already every single day. It's like, don't get bombarded. Don't let them shove it up in your face to where it's like, make a decision. You really don't have to. Right. And that's even with like social media posts, and why I say to clean your feed. And all of this plays a part in what character you choose. What character you choose. I really appreciate the majority of all of my social media is positive, upbuilding information. Then guess what? This is what it really does. It really determines how you're going to conduct yourself, because there are times, and I'm going to let you know, right, 100, right? There are times where I see the good information and I'm the problem. And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear that today. And then I got to check myself like, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. All right. Let's accept this. Let's embrace this positive information, right? And move forward and progress. Right? That's what this is about. We want to continue to progress. That's what life is, y'all. If we weren't continuing to progress, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have the streams where I'm streaming on different platforms. We wouldn't have the lights where I can look a little brighter on camera. We wouldn't have the webcam that looks clear so that it's kind of high definition, right? None of that would occur if we weren't in a progressive mindset. So as long as we keep our mindset on progression, choose your character. Choose your character. Let's look at some of the comments here. Yes, Chris said we choose what what we choose we become. All right, what we choose we become. It's the truth, y'all. Jill, what's popping? I think there are several Jills. Will I be my work self? Will I be my play self? Will I be my active self, or will I be my lazy self? That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like choose that character. Choose that character throughout the day. Choose that character throughout the week. Choose that character throughout the year. But make sure you choose it and you're not being forced into something, right? Based off of outside circumstances. And then this is another thing to note. Do not be worried about other people's character. Don't really question their character. It's okay to observe. It's okay to look at it. It's okay to see it for what it is, but don't judge it. Don't judge it. Just choose what your personal character, what you personally want to do, and then really, really work on that. Really refine that, right? Because that's what's important. And we all have so many different things and so many different aspects of our lives and things to think about and duties to perform that we don't really have time to judge anybody else's character. We really don't. We shouldn't be doing that. It doesn't matter. What matters is how much in depth of your character are you developing? That's the key. Once you can really, really dive into that, you will realize that there's so much that you need to work on. You don't have time to really judge anybody else's character. And again, we're human, right? So it will happen. It will surface in your mind sometimes. But for the majority of the time, you won't be worried about it if you're really, really refining who your character is. Because there's a lot to refine, y'all. There is a lot to refine, from communication skills to learning to um, just people, social interactions, everything, all of that. There's so much that we have to personally work on that we don't have to really judge anybody else's character, right? And I get it. Sometimes we talk about it, it's like, why are they like this? Or why do they do this? Or why does this happen? And why are they saying this? But for the most part, you just want to really focus internally of what character you represent and then be that character as best you can. Be that character that decides, this is who I'm going to be and this is what I'm sticking to. And as you'll see, that's what people really resonate with anyway, is when people say, yo, this is who I'm deciding to be and this is what I'm going to do going forward. People respect that. Why? It's because it's hard to do. It's hard to do. We respect things that are difficult to do. I was just watching on social media not too long ago, I think it was yesterday, of this girl that was jump roping. And I saw how she was jump roping and she was jump roping and was flipping the jump rope outside of one hand into the other hand and catching it. And I was like, yo, she mastered what? I'm like, how does she master that like that? Could I do that and flip it out of my hand and then catch it? What? I'm like, that's a whole different skill. And she got a bunch of followers and a bunch of people watching. Why? Because it's hard to do. All the things that are difficult to do, we appreciate, and that refines your character. She's a jump rope character. She like, yo, I'm a jump roper. That's what I do. and is really cold at it. I was like, how is that happening? Wow. It's like she was skipping and stuff, legs twisting, and then flipping it around and then catching it without even looking. I was like, that's amazing. And there's so many different amazing things that you can do as well. And that's why we need to choose the character that we want to be and just go with it. Focus on it. Keep going. And like y'all can see me all day, every day. This is the character I chose. I'm like, yo, I want to be motivating. I want to be inspiring. I want to talk about topics that I'm really interested in. This is a topic that I'm really interested in. So I come on here and I talk about it. Right. I'm choosing that character. Now, were there little blips in time where I was like, gotta go live, man. Mm, gotta go live. I don't know who's gonna be on. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but no, it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I deem that time to where I get to talk about stuff that I really want to talk about, right? And if I don't do that, I can be super hermit and be trying to edit and doing different stuff. But this allows me to express certain things that I have inside of me that I'm like, yo, I want to get this across to the public. I want to see who resonates with this. And that gives everyone else an opportunity to kind of think about that stuff too. And I really enjoy that. I really appreciate that. And again, that's why all of this is going the way it's going. That's why Mindset Matters is created, is because having conversations like this, which I don't see a lot, having conversations like this expands the mind to see, well, how have I ever thought about that? Have I ever thought about choosing my character every morning? Right? Have I ever seen that anywhere else? I don't think so. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I decided to come up with the topic and talk about it. And now that's gonna resonate with a particular individual. People will comment, they'll say different things. We'll get to share ideas, right? And that's where the magic happens, y'all. That's where the magic happens. So yeah, we're building a community. Mindset matters, y'all. We're building a community that is helping people to tap into themselves to see what the gifts are, right? What are the gifts? What am I doing here? What truly am I looking for? Why am I doing X? Or why do I work at X job? Or why do I conduct myself this way? And when you really sit back and meditate and think about those things, it helps you to find more out about you. And once you can do that, you might find out you know what? I'm going to be a master jump roper. And then guess what? You can turn that into income. That's what I that's this is and this is what I'm like, this is going to be my job. This is my job. This is what I decide to do. And that's what I know people will be able to do. They'll be able to tap into themselves and find out, oh, you know what? I really like doing this. And then we start having some really deep, interesting conversations because now you're going into a realm of, okay, well, how are we going to turn this into a thing, right? That's what I really believe. That's what life is about, y'all. That's what this is about. It's not, oh, let me get X job because it pays X amount of dollars. It's like, no, what do you have inside of you that you really love to do, that people will be like, yo, I will pay to see that. This person's great at it because they've worked on it so much that they've mastered it. And I love watching it. Even sometimes I did a voiceover on these TikToks, these kung fu cats, these cats. Somebody made a video of some cats doing like some kung fu moves, and I did a voiceover of it because I just thought it was funny, right? And I like voiceovers. I do that every so often, like once in a blue moon type of stuff. And but there are people who are dedicated that do that every single day, right? Every single day they come out and they do some voiceovers and people love it. They will pay to see it. Kevin Hart, comedians. What is comedy? What is comedy, y'all? That's somebody being themselves, sticking to a character, saying, this is who I am. This is what I want to be. This is what I'm doing going forward. And we gravitate to it. We pay to go see the show, right? You can do that with something inside of you. And that is what the Institute is going to help you to bring out. It's going to take some time, though. It's not easy. You're going to have to really, really apply yourself inside of these different modules to really tap in. If you really want to find it, you will. That's why I take you through a whole month of meditation first, because you got to settle down. I was just feeling that just earlier. I'm like, oh, I'm on my, Instagram, then the Facebook, and then TikTok, and then YouTube, and then let me check the numbers, and it's like there's so much going on, and that alone took like a hour just to check into everything, to look at the analytics, to kind of see what's going on. That alone took an hour out of the day, and it's like give an hour to you, right? Give an hour to you. Choose that character that's like, yo, I'm gonna give an hour to me. I deserve that. Why? Because there's so much bombardment of all different type of things trying to pull for your attention, trying to pull for your attention. But do you pay attention to you? Do you pay attention to the character of you? And when you start doing that, you'll realize that you really appreciate that. You really do. And it's not to say that it's gonna be perfect, y'all. There's so many different things. I just was saying in our group, I'm like, man, I've been falling off. I'm like, it's like I'm tripping. I'm falling over. I'm rolling and getting back up though, and then falling back over again. But I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm always gonna get back up though. I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna continue to move, and I'm gonna continue to go into a progressive state, right? I'm just leave it at that, y'all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. So think about those things. Think about those things. What character are you playing? Right? Have you ever thought about it? Does it matter to you? Right? Does it even matter to you? And really, really think about it. Because I believe it matters, because it's a part of your mindset, what character, who you're being, right? And not like some fake character. Don't get it twisted. Not like some fake, oh, I got to be this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, what character are you at your core? What character of you are you at your core? Who do people see you as? Are you the one that they're saying, man, they're such a great listener? I call them up and they listen to me. Or man, they give great advice. I call them up and or I go by them and I listen to their advice, like, or man, they're just really cool. I just love being around them. They're so funny. Like, what character are you? What character are you? Have you ever really thought about that? Think about that, y'all, because it really matters. Even though we're insignificant in the grand scheme of things, we actually are majorly significant in the grand scheme of things, all at the same time. All at the same time. Because you play a role in this entire networking of things. You play a role in it, and you should define what role that is, right? And accept it, embrace it, or choose it, or choose it. Okay. Let's see here. Positivity changes our brain and frequency. Absolutely. All right, Super Smash Bros. Right. Choose your character. Let's see. And then so I am pulled in all sorts of directions. So it's hard for me to pick one character. Okay. We're very similar, Chris, and that's why we resonate together, bro. Because again, like I said, I just got done doing this TikTok that's totally off base, right? I'm on their mindset coach, and I'm doing voiceover for Ninja Cat videos, right? Like, what is going on? There's so many different skills that I have that I want to go into, but what's the main one? Try and figure out what the main one is, and this is really what my main thing is, because I'm always thinking about life in an in-depth type of way anyway. So I'm like, yo, yes, of course I'm gonna come on here and talk about some stuff, because I want to see who it resonates with, right? But try and pick the main one, stick to the main one, and then later on, dive into the other stuff here and there. But that main one should be what you really want to try and find out what it is. You can keep all of the extras, but that main one I really think is what's important. What's my main character, right? What's the main objective of this person, of myself? Of what am I trying to do here? right? And for me, yes, it's spreading positivity, it's motivating, it's inspiring, it's thought-provoking questions, right? Is that type of stuff where I'm like, yes, I'm super enthralled with all of that. And again, that's why I come on here all the time, because I'm like, yep, I'm gonna talk about some topics. I'm gonna talk about some topics and we're gonna figure it out. Or we just gonna leave it out there to just be thought about, right? Sometimes you don't have an answer for everything. You just gotta really think about it and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna come back to that. Or maybe just something to meditate on. But other than that, um, yeah, I would try to focus on just one, because yeah, I'm pulled in a lot of I want to make music videos, I want to make a TV show, I want to, I want to get back to writing the books and all of it. There's a bunch of stuff going on in my head, right? I want to play video games again. I haven't played video games in a very long time. Um, I'm playing basketball. There's so many different things, right? But the main thing is, okay, boom. I'm on here to motivate, to inspire, to encourage, to ask questions. That's my main character. Those are my main aspects of the character that I actually am, right? And I care, you know what I mean? I care about people's lives. I care about how people are thinking. Hopefully this does benefit people, because that's really the only reason why I come on here to do it, is to hopefully benefit someone and help them to think deeper about where they are in their lives, or what they're doing, and then just leave it at that. You know what I mean? So all right, Jill, let's see. I am a healer in many ways: nurse, plant medicine, Reiki, tarot. Seems to always be some form of that. Yup, yup. And so, like, that's your main character essence. It's like you got that healing aspect to you. And that's probably why you are in the nursing field, right? Is because you just naturally are drawn to that. And that's to me is what's important to understand about yourself, to be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's probably why I choose this, because I really like healing people. Like, I really do like mending and repairing, and like, all of that is in the same realm of healing, right? And so even though it may seem like, okay, body wise or mental wise, you might also be good in other areas, like, maybe you good at fixing cars or something like that, because you're like a fixer, you know what I mean? You're a mender, you're a welder, you bring things back together. Healing is super deep. It's super deep. It hits so many different levels. So that's the subatomic stuff I'm talking about, y'all got to understand. It's like, don't just pigeonhole it to one thing either. Even though that might be the main idea, but you got, I'm sure you got many different facets of healing, Jill, because it's not just the people. That's probably your main passion, that's probably your main character trait, but you probably got a lot of little other healing stuff within you, that transcends, right? So it's something to think about, y'all, something to really think about. um yeah. Yeah, and it really doesn't have to be, absolutely, Chris. It's my pleasure, man. And I don't think it really has to be which one you're best at, dog. It's just what one do you really like doing? You know what I mean? Like, which one do you really like doing? I love talking to people, man. I love being around people, for a particular amount of time, right? And you do get exhausted when your energy is placed in different areas and different people and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, I love talking to people, dude. I love, yeah, yeah. And I know most of y'all know, y'all hit me up and I'm there. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, how, let's talk through it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of that's just who I am. That's just literally just who I am. That's what I like to do. And so that's what you really want to identify. Like, okay, well, what is it about me? What do I really like doing? And it's not good or bad. It's just finding a way to identify it. Because once you can identify it, you start to feel like you're getting more complete, like you're putting the character together. You're starting to really see, like, oh, okay, this is, so that's me. That's me, right? Really identifying who you are. Like I think that's really important. Okay. Let's see. I believe truthfully, I try and inspire and give people a reason to keep pushing and know that the only limit is your mindset about situations. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you can see that on your TikTok, man. Your TikTok, that's how you do it. I mean, and you have the cosplay and stuff like that, which is really cool. And that's just an avenue of getting your message across. You know what I mean? Like that's just part of it. So I think you do a really great job, bro. Straight up. Yeah, yeah. The fixer, man. That's I knew it. I knew it because people who are healers, there's like different levels to it. There's different levels to it. There's even different levels to, motivators and speakers and stuff like that. Like there's different levels of those qualities that you have. And that's why I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you, man, if we all dive into ourselves, this is why the Institute is built. This is why it's going to be massive. This is why it's going to be global because it is completely changing the way we think about life, y'all. Completely changing the way we think about life. Okay. We are supposed to find that inside of us. Jill, because you've identified, yo, I'm a healer. I heal people. Do you know people wish they can feel that sense of confidence and security of just knowing that, of like, oh yeah, I'm a healer. I heal people. That's what I do. There are multiple people out there that wish they can say, yeah, that's what I do. Right? That's me. That's a different level of being. You're at a different level of being. And when you walk into places, that's what's felt more than anything, is that you inside of you have a piece that's solid. And they're like, man, where is that solid piece, dude? How do you get that? How do you find that? And for me, it was the journey of I had to meditate. I had to journal a lot. You know what I mean? And I had to really start asking myself questions. And that's the program. That's the main program, the elements of life. We are made of the earth. Earth, fire, air, water. I take you through all the elements that you're made of, and that helps you to start to complete yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with money. It ain't got nothing to do with your job. It ain't got nothing to do with that stuff. It's tapping into here and tapping into here and really being like, okay, hold on. Like, what am I doing? What am I out here? Who am I out here? Where am I out here? Right? Like all of them. What's going on? What is really happening? So when you really dive into it and you're really consistent with it, it helps you to gear towards that way. And so again, open enrollment is coming, y'all. So really, really look out for that. Because that's what it is. Check the banner out. Okay. Open enrollment is gonna be next week. And yeah, always remember that mindset matters more than anything else, y'all. Mindset matters more than anything else. What your mind is set on in different areas and different particulars, whatever your mind is set on is how your life is going to go. That is why your mindset matters more than anything else. Okay. All right. So focus on the good, y'all. Focus on the good. Why? Because it is very difficult. We already are inclined negatively in our lives because of the programming, because of generations of programming, right? It's not just how we've been built. It's literally generations of programming. So we have a lot of work to do to focus on the good, to get our minds geared towards how it's supposed to work. And that's being optimistic, that's being positive, that's being uplifting, encouraging, all of the great things that make us feel great, right? That's what it's about. All right. So again, I really appreciate you guys for being on here. Thank you for everybody that watched, no matter what time you watched it. Love you. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next time. Anytime out.